Hi students, is my voice is loud and clear? It is clear, right? So let's start this. Now in the last class already we are discussing about the how to treat the wrong data. That is wrong data can be of either in terms of duplicates or wrong data type or anything. Now what is the solution to treat the wrong data miss? We are going to either replace, or if you know original answer you are going to replace. If you don't know original answer you are going to remove it. Right? Similarly, and while removing, can you remove a single value separately, miss? See, for example, you are having a data like this. Let's take one Excel sheet. This is one Excel, some sheet of Excel you are having. Okay. In the Excel sheet, you are having the data like this, like column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, like this. You are having the multiple columns. And in these columns, you are having the values like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And here you are having some values like 6, 7 of 3 to 7. Some values. Let's take some values like this. Now here there is some wrong value. It is basically some wrong value. How we have to replace this wrong value? Means you know how to replace df dot particular column name. You are going to use the column name df of column 2, and in the column 2 which are the wrong values there, that is 3, you are going to replace dot replace. If you want to replace all the trees means you are going to replace, or if you want to replace a single value then you are going to use the df dot ilog of what is the row index number is. Row index number is 2 0 1 2. So row index number is 2. What is the column index number? 1. So and you are going to extract this particular value, and that particular value you are going to fill with the correct value. Right side you are going to write the replace like this. Directly you are going to replace the 3 with 30 like this. If your requirement is to replace the 3 with 30, this is the example. Now if you know the original value, you will write the original value here. That is called as replace with the original value. But you don't know original value and you want to remove it. Then in that case, how you are going to remove means here this value has to be removed. How means just by writing right side np.nan. When you write np.nan, now this will be considered as missing value. If you write right side np.nan, that single value will be deleted. Or if you want to remove the entire row means then we have to use the df.drop. Inside the drop we have to write the index number. Index is equal to which row you want to drop? Row 2. You have to write like this. Then that particular row will be dropped. Row will be dropped. Either you can remove of the entire row, or you are going to replace with the null value. If you want to remove the single value means you have to replace with null. Okay. And if you know the original value, fill with the original value like this. Okay. Is the points are clear? Now coming to, so all these points, whatever we are discussing, write in the notes very clearly, step by step. In your notes, what are the notes you are writing from the last few days? So here in the data cleaning, separately I'm going to create one separate folder. Okay. So data cleaning notes, I'm going to give the name as data cleaning notes. So here in the data cleaning, what we are going to do is basically we are going to do the data cleaning, treating the wrong data. Treat the wrong data. Now while treating the wrong data, what you are going to do is first treat the wrong data. Treat wrong data. How you are going to treat means here two options are there. The solution for this to treat the wrong data. What is the solution? Either we are going to replace or we are going to remove. or remove. Two options are there. If you know original value, if you know original value, so if you know the original value, replace with original value. Replace with original value. Whatever the original value you know, replace with that. If you don't know original value, then in that case, remove it by filling the value as none. Remove. Okay, if you don't know, if you don't know the original value, if you don't know original value, then in that case, you have to remove that. Remove. What is meant by remove is nothing but replace with np.nan. That is called as a remove. Removing meaning is replacing with null value. When you are filling with null value, that value is deleted basically. Okay? Is the point is clear? Now, how to replace? How to replace single value? How to replace single value? One single value. How to replace one single value? Already you know how to replace one single position with one value. You know that. And also how to replace, okay, multiple positional values. How to replace multiple multiple positions with one value. And also how to replace multiple position with multiple values. All these examples we have already completed. Where we have completed all these three examples in the pandas and numpy. You already know these three. How to replace. In the numpy you know, along with the pandas also you know how to do. During the numpy we have spent the time. In the pandas also already we have spent the time for replace. How to add, how to replace, how to delete. These three comes under modification. Already we have discussed. So just replace the single position with single value, multiple positions with single value, multiple position with multiple values. If you want, revise once pandas and numpy. If you don't remember, revise. If you already know, miss, well and good. Okay. Now, next. So here that one is completed. Now now we are going to discuss how to treat the missing values. How to treat missing values is the next one. How we are going to treat the missing values? What is the solution for treating the missing values, miss? Solution is either we are going to remove them or we are going to replace them. So which is the option? First option. First, if you know original value, okay, replace. If you know original value, replace with original value. This is always best option. If you know original value, replace with original value. This is best to the best option. This is the best option. For wrong data or missing values for anything, if you know the original value, replace with that. This is always best. If option 1 is not available, then you have to come to the option 2. Or if it is not available only, if option 1 is not possible, if option 1 is not possible, means when you are unable to replace with the original value, then you have to come with the option 2. In the option 2, what is the option 2? Option 2 is just you are going to fill with the missing values. How you are going to replace the missing values? Miss, here Option 2 will be decided based on the business problem. The option 2 is based on the business problem. Based on business problem, we have to decide based on the business problem and column. Based on the business problem and the column importance, we have to decide whether to remove or replace. Whether to remove or replace, we have to decide. Okay, how you are going to decide means based on the business problem and column. What column you are working. Okay, now if if you replace with statistics, if you replace with statistically, if you replace statistically, if there is no problem, if you replace statistically, there is no problem. If there is no problem, then in that case we can replace. Then we can replace like that. Okay, if you replace statistically and there is no problem, in that case only we can replace. Okay, now means if what is meant by this one means if there is no problem when you replace, if there is no problem when you replace statistically, then in that case we can replace, right? But if there is a problem when you replace statistically, you understand clearly that if it is problem means to replace with statistically, in that case if there is a problem when you replace statistically, then we can't replace. In that case we have to remove. We can't replace. In this case we have to remove. We have to remove. Okay, we have to remove the record. Remove that record. We can't remove the single value now. Already it is missing. Missing value again we can't fill with the np.nan now. It is already missing. Missing value how will replace with nan? Missing value cannot be replaced with the missing value only, right? Missing values has to be removed the record only. The entire row has to be removed. Remove the record. Example like in loan. Okay, when you are working with the loan data. Okay, when we are working with loan data, and in the loan data salary column is missing. Salary column value is missing. In that case what we have to do, we can't replace statistically now. Others mean value or others average salary we can't replace for the percent salary, right? And we can't predict whether this person is eligible for the loan and what is the loan amount and all these things we can't work. So in that case salary is a very important column for the loan data. Okay, the entire loan will be dependent on the salary, how much salary he is getting. Based on that only loan will be decided. For example, if a person is getting 10,000 monthly salary, he is eligible for 1 crore loan? No. If you give also, he will never repay. He will take the money. What are the money you give? Even 100 crores also they'll take. But when they have to pay that one, they are only getting 10,000 and their expenditure will be there something, and they are going to save only monthly 2,000 or 3,000 or maximum 5,000 if they save also. How much they will pay to the bank? And when it will be completed 1 crore, then lifetime also it will not be completed. So based on the salary, the loan will be decided. So for loan data, which is the most important column is salary. For this particular columns, if you replace statistically, what happens means it will lead to the long analysis. So in that case, we can't take the risk. Then in that case, what we have to do is simply remove the records. For example, in the same loan data, gender is missing. Gender and loan, is there any connection, miss? No much connection. There will be no much connection. So in the gender column, if it is missing, then in that case, if you replace with statistically also, that will not have the much impact. So in that case, we can replace with the gender. With the statistically, we can replace. Example is clear? First, we have to understand the business problem, and along with the business problem, what column name. So that is the reason I have written clearly. Based on the business problem and column, we have to decide whether to remove or replace. It is not blindly. Sir, but I don't know exactly, miss. No, you can't say I don't know exactly, because this is step 3 of the data analytics project. Data cleaning is not the step 1. So step 1, you have already completed the business problem understanding. In the step 2, already you have completed data and already explored the data and what type of data you are having already, you know, along with the business problem already, you know. So now you are having the idea on that. Now when you will enter into the step 3 means after the project was started, after 3 weeks you will enter into this project. So almost first 2 weeks will be first 2 steps only. Third week or in the fourth week, you will come to the data cleaning stage. On the day 1 only, you will not come to the data cleaning stage. Sir, they will give the data set, pd.read underscore Excel, load the data, clean the data. It will not be done like that in the reality. In the reality, once they give the data set to us and once they tell the business problem also, to understand the business problem only, it will take 1 or 2 days of time. Now in this case, if I say loan data, how many people knows about the loan miss? Some students may know about the what is meant by loan. Some students, they don't know what is meant by loan also. For example, freshers are there in this class. They don't know what is meant by loan. Means how the banks will be giving the loan on what criteria. They'll assume only salary is the criteria, but in the banks, it is not only the salary. It will depend on the multiple criteria. Whether in this class freshers knows that one, miss, whoever has not taken even one loan till now, and who are the students, regular normal general students, and who are depending on their father's money, they don't know anything. Now these people, whoever the freshers are there, now go to tomorrow any one of the bank of your choice. Just give a try tomorrow. Just go to any one of the bank of your choice, like any HDFC bank or ICICI, whatever the bank. You go to the bank and in there you ask about, sir, I want the loan. They'll ask first what you are doing, what is your salary. What are the questions they are asking? Write that one. If they're asking what is your name, say that your name is Mahesh Babu. Whether they'll give the loan, Shah Rukh Khan means they'll give the loan, no, right? That loan is not dependent on the name. Name column only not important. Next, phone number. Whether you are having fancy number means they'll give the loan, no, right? So here, which is important parameters means or what job you are doing, what kind of job, and where you are doing, and what is the salary you are getting. Sir, what job I am doing, what is the problem means, because that job will be today and tomorrow or not, we don't know now. For example, some people will be there, painters will be there. Today they'll have the painting work, tomorrow they may not have, right? Continuation work will not be there for those people now. Maybe, may not be. Both are possible now. Sir, nowadays painters are having more demand. Maybe, may not be. I'm saying both the cases. But if you are already working in a fixed job as a salary person, every day you will have the work. But business people, one day they'll have work, one day they may not have the work. Now, do you say that I'm working as a Naresh IT data science trainer? In Naresh IT data science and data analytics trainer, I'm working. Okay, assume this is my profile. Now, today I'm getting some salary. Do you assure me after 4 months, after your batch is completed, exactly in the 7th that I will get the new batch, one more? Maybe, may not be. According to you, you will say that, no, sir, you will get, sir. You may say, but who knows? If I don't get, then obviously I'll not get the salary of your batch, right? Is the point is clear? So this all considered as a risk profile from the bank point of view. So we have to see from the bank point of view. Here why I have explained this example means banks, how they are going to observe, first we have to understand. Sir, how we can know that one means that is only called as business problem understanding. The what is meant by business problem is just reading the sentence, what are the project they have given, oh, this is the one, within 5 minutes you'll understand. Huh? No. In the reality, we'll not understand the business problem just in 5 minutes like that. We have to get into the deep into that. If you are working for bank loan means you have to understand what is banks and what is meant by loans, on what criteria they'll give the loans, and what is the things they'll get in return, and what are called as some loans you will have high interest rate, some loans will have low interest rate. Why? What is the reason? All these things you should know. Everything loan you are working means you should know what are the different types of loans are there. Like we call it as secured and unsecured loans. Secure loans means, for example, gold loan is there. You are going to keep the gold and you are going to take the money. Tomorrow, if you don't repay the money also, banks will not have any problem because your gold is there with them. They'll sell it, they'll take the original money. If you keep 1 lakh gold with them, do you think they'll give entire 1 lakh rupee? No. They'll give in that 80,000 rupees, assume. Now, after taking this 80,000, you have not given 1 rupee also to the bank. Not principal, not interest also. Not even 1 rupee you have returned. Now what the bank will do? They will sell that 1 lakh gold. And after selling that 1 lakh gold, they'll get that 1 lakh. In that, how much your amount is there along with the interest amount, they will debit that one and balance they will give it to you only. So now for them any risk is there? Means if the gold prices falls below 80,000, this is the problem for them. If the gold prices standard with the more than 80,000 onwards, for them there is no problem. If it falls below to that, again it is a problem, right? So comparatively very slight risk is there, right? Now in this case they are having slight risk now, so they are going to give the interest rate at 10%, right? Now same you are going to get the 5 lakhs personal loan. Personal loan means you are not going to keep anything, not even one, you are not depositing any gold or car or anything. Now this 5 lakhs personal loan, whatever you are receiving, it is purely based on the trusting you that you are going to repay. After that taking the 5 lakhs, if you don't repay next day morning also, they can't do anything. They have to request you only, sir, pay the amount, sir, pay the amount, sir. They have to call you, phones, or they have to come to your house. If still also you are not paying also, maximum what they will do is they'll put a case in the court. Than that, they can't do anything. Right? Now here risk is high or risk is less means comparatively the risk is high. So obviously when compared to gold loan, the personal loan interest will be high. The lower the risk, the lower the interest rate. The higher the risk, higher the interest rate. Is the points are clear? Now as the risk increases, that one increases. All these things how you can understand means once you work on the loan data, automatically you have to learn all these things. Sir, where we will learn means in the business problem stage in the first day only. Sir, how we are going to learn means Google. In your mind, what are the questions are there? You have to ask the questions. Why in the banks gold loans are high? Why this one is comparatively less? I mean, first you'll type the loan. In the Google, you will type the loan. You will get what is meant by loan. After that, you will get the different types of loans will have different interest rates. Next, you will type the question, what is the difference between the gold loan versus educational loan? Why the gold loans are having the low cost? Why this one is having the high cost? Agricultural loans are there, they are still comparatively very low interest. Why means government has ordered for every bank that one. Though it is unsecured also, secured also, whatever it is, for the farmers we have to give at the low cost. Government has given like that rule means obviously they have to follow. If they don't follow means they will not give the permission for to run the bank, and automatically they will not even get the 1 rupee profit also. So what are the government orders are there? They have to follow. Like this, we have to understand each and everything. This is only called as understanding the business problem. Is the points are clear? How much detail I am explaining for you? Every detail. Sir, how you know all these things, miss? Once we do the research about that one, automatically you will also know. Today, do you know about what is meant by mutual fund? How many of you know in this offline students? Mutual fund. Raise your hand. What is the different types of mutual funds are there? How many of you know? Just rise. Okay. How many don't know rise now? Tell me tomorrow what are the different types of mutual funds and what is meant by mutual fund and how it works. You tell me. Miss, are you going to tell me or not? Just give a try. Okay. Whoever the students don't know, give a try now. What is the question? What is meant by mutual fund? What are the different types of mutual fund? How the mutual fund works and what is the meaning of that? Everything about the mutual fund I want the information from you. Now what you are going to do? You will start typing in the Google only, right? Start doing the research. That is only called as doing the research. When we don't know anything, something about, we are going to check in the Google or doing that, checking that one and understanding. You may ask your friends, "Arey, you know about the mutual fund? What is that?" That one, like this, how you are going to discuss with your friends. Same thing we are doing in the company also. As it is. Is the points are clear, everyone? Now, so we are having in terms of this. Now, in this class, how many of you know about ETF? Mutual fund means MF. Oh, ETF. How many of you know? Offline students. Earlier you have raised the hand for MF now. Now ETF. Tell me what is that ETF means and what is the difference between ETF versus MF? What you are going to do? నాకు పోస్ట్ ఇచ్చారు కానీ నాకు అవ్వట్లేదు, స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవ్వట్లేదు ఇంకా. ఆ, ఇప్పుడు అయింది. సార్టెడ్ అయిందా? యా, ఆనెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఇస్ మై వాయిస్ ఇస్ క్లియర్? ఓకే, డన్ గైస్. Done. Done. It is clear now, right? Yeah, there is some technical glitch. Okay. Now, when we don't know when we don't know uh, whatever the business problem or something, then whatever we have to do is research, right? And after doing the research, still if you have some questions, you can consult the what are the team, your team lead or something will be there now. But instead of asking the person blindly, what are the silly doubts as a student, what is the difference between the student versus professional? Here, student will be there, professionals will be there. For us also, when we are working on the project, we'll also get the doubts. Do you think that seniors will not get the doubts, miss? They will also get the doubts. Why? How the seniors will get the doubts, miss? For juniors level projects will be assigned. For seniors, senior level projects only will be assigned. For seniors also, high level projects when they have assigned, automatically they will also get the doubts. So now when they will get the doubts according to them or something. So these professionals, what they'll do in the IT company, what the professionals will do is first before discussing with the other person, first they'll check in the Google. They will do the research. For example, I have stuck somewhere. First, I'll ask the chat GPT or in terms of Google or something, and I'll try to sort it. If it is not possible, then I will ask my team member. Now, but students, what they'll do, they'll not do the basic research also. Directly, they'll always try to depend on others. Because when others give when you ask others, answer you will get instantly. But if you type in the Google, it will take time to get the answer. So instead of wasting the time that I want the shortcut and they start depends on the others and they'll ask the mentor or trainer or someone. Now instead of that, if you do the research means you will learn the more things. But in the real time, we will do work as the like this. We will do the research in the Google or in the chat GPT, right? And you have to understand. So like this, the missing values will be treated. So here, first we are going to check the total number of missing values. So how to check the missing values means we are going to check which data is missing means that data will be considered as true. So wherever the true is there, when you are asking is null, yes, whichever the data is null, that value will be given as true. Now, like this, you are going to get the data and you are going to get the sum of the records. Now, and you are going to check the percentage, how many values are missing in that particular column. Okay, how to check the percentage means just by dividing the length of df. So in age, one value is missing. Within the age column, how many values are missing means 1. Within the gender column, how many miss 2. Okay. Now, what is the percentage? Percentage means 1 by 6 records. 1 out of 6 records is missing, whereas this one is 2 out of 6 records are missing. So, just I'm going to check the percentage. 16% of the data is missing in the one column, 33% of the data is missing in the another column. So, whichever the column has, okay, the column which has, okay, more than 30% of the missing values. A column which has more than 30% of missing values, for that particular column we have to drop the column. The column which has more than 30% of the missing data, we have to simply drop. We no need to analyze that data because in this we are having the more amount of missing values, right? So whichever the column has more than 30% of missing values, you can drop the column. Now, if it is less than 30% only, we are going to work. Now, in this case, how we are going to drop the columns. I mean, how to drop the column is already you know. How, for example, here I have observed the gender column is having the more than 60%, 30% of the data. Now, if I want to drop the gender column, how to drop the gender column? df dot drop. Inside that we have to write columns is equal to gender. So we are going to write like this. Columns is equal to gender. Now automatically that particular column will be dropped. How to drop a column is like this. Drop the column which has more than 30% of the data. No, if it is less than 30% of the data, then in that case, we have to drop the missing values. How to drop the missing values means drop NA, means the records which are having the missing values. Here, which record is having the missing value means first record is having, fifth record is having. The record which is having at least one missing value, the entire record will be dropped. That is called as drop NA. Wherever the missing values are there, we are dropping. This is another option. Drop NA will drop the wherever the missing values are there. Next one is called as fill NA. Fill NA means when you know the original value. As I have told you now, first one what I have told you, drop the more than 30% of the values are there, drop the column. What is the function we have to use? df dot drop. Okay. Now, second option, what I have told you, if you know the original value, what you have to do? You have to replace with the original value. Now, here I'm going to try to replace with the original value. I know to replace with the 20. Then what I'm going to do is df of age fill NA. I'm applying the fill NA of 20. Now, wherever the missing values are there, all the missing values will be filled with the 20 within the age column. If you don't select the age column, df dot fill NA if you apply, in the entire data frame, all the missing values will be 20. Gender also will be filled with 20. All the values will be filled with 20. See, gender 20, 20, 20. No, sir, this is not overall data frame. You want to fill a particular column. Particular column is you have to select first that particular column, and after selecting the column, in that column you have to fill the NA with the 20. Means missing values will be filled with 20. Point is clear? Next, for example, this is when you know to fill with the original value. Sir, but here the problem is, see, observe this one, guys. We are having the multiple examples will be there. Example number 1. You may have only one column with more than 30% records are missing values. If only one column has more than 30% missing values, now you have to drop, how many columns you have to drop in this case? One column only, na? Drop one column. For dropping one column, what is the code we have to write? df dot drop. Okay. In that, columns is equal to whichever the column you are having the missing value, that particular column. That one column you are going to write here. Now, for example, if you are having the more than one column, if you are having more than one columns having the missing values, then for example, if you are having the 3 columns or 2 columns, if you are having 2 columns more than 30% of missing values, then in that case, how many columns you have to drop? 2 columns you have to drop. So to drop the 2 columns, we have to write here column 1, comma, column 2. The code for dropping 2 columns is this one. If you are having 3 columns, then how many columns we have to drop? 3 columns. Again, you have to add the column 3. Like this, we have to write the code to drop the columns. Already we have seen in the pandas how to drop a single column, how to drop multiple columns, how to drop single record, how to drop multiple records. All these things are already completed, right? Now, for example, now you are having with replace. This is dropping, and dropping the entire column is completed. Now drop the records which have the missing values. Drop the columns which are having the missing values means this one. This one is called as drop column which has missing values. Drop column which has missing values. Drop column which has missing values. For dropping the missing values, what is the code we are going to write? Miss like this. Next one is drop records which has missing values. Records instead of column, records. Drop records which are having the missing values. For that, what is the code we have to write? df dot drop na. Then it will drop the records which are having the missing values. df dot drop na. Next, we are going to drop the, or not drop, replace. Now, how to replace? How to replace all missing values. How to replace all missing values in a column with single value. How to replace all the columns with the single value means in that case, how to replace all the missing values in a single column in a column with a single value means here we are going to use df of what are the column we are interested dot fill na, means in that what are the missing values are there, every value will be filled with the single value. Replace all the missing values in a column with a single value. Sir, no sir, this is not the one. I want to replace the missing values, one missing value with one value. 1% missing value, how it will be same to the other person? For example, loan data is there. I have received 100 customers data. In that, one of the customer salary is missing. I called to the customer and I asked what is your salary and send the pay slips, and he has sent. Now I want to fill that one only. Only that value only I want to fill. Remaining values I don't want to fill. Now in this case, should I use the fill NA? No. Now in this case, what happens? All the values will be filled. Let's take an example. You are having 100 customers, loan data of 100 customers, and column name is salary. In that column, out of 100, 10 customers are missing. 10 customers salary is missing. Okay, 10 customers salary is missing. Now in this case, what we are going to do? Okay, now what are I'm writing now? Now here, this is called as, what is the word? Customers. 100 customers, out of which 10 customers salary missing. Now with my writing, one more advantage is there. What is the advantage? In the future you will understand, doctor will write the prescription. That one also you'll understand easily, right? Now that is the advantage. Actually in the course highlights I have to add that point also in the future, right? Now coming to this, so 10 customers salary is missing. Now in this 10 customers, I can't fill all the 10 customers with the same value now. One customer salary will be 1. Now in that case, how I can use the fill NA? I can't use, right? Then in that case, what we are going to use? Separately, we have to replace the missing value, each missing value with each individual value or some other value means. Then how to replace the, instead of all missing values, how to replace a single missing value. A single missing value in a column with a single value means just you are going to use the df.iloc or loc, which we have discussed in the pandas, how to replace a single value. So we are going to use the iloc, and right side we are going to write the value. Like that for another record, another line, another record, another line. Or for example, you know already this is the salary column. Column is salary, but index numbers. What are the index numbers are there? Like 0 index, 4 index, 10th index, 15th index, like this. You are having these are the row numbers, and column name is called as salary. And then you are going to replace here total how many values are there? 4 values are there. Right side how many values you have to fill? 4 different values. So take a list of value 1, value 2, and value 3, and value 4. Like this, you are going to fill the 4 different values like this, which we have already discussed in the pandas. How to replace with a single value with a single value, how to replace multiple values with a single value, how to replace the multiple values with multiple values. Like this, multiple things we have already completed. Replace we have already completed in the pandas earlier. So already you know what is replace, how to replace, right? Now, if you want to replace statistically, then what you have to do? First, you have to calculate for that particular column, you have to calculate the statistical value mean. And then you have to fill this one. What are the mean is there? You will get some mean value, and this mean value you have to take for that particular column, and you have to fill with the mean value dot fill NA. And in the fill NA, you have to fill with the mean value. So how to calculate mean value means first you have to calculate separately mean, or simply you can copy this one and you can paste inside this. Now what happens? First inner bracket mean will be calculated and that mean will be filled. But all the missing values will be filled. All the missing values will be replaced. How many missing values are there? All the missing values in a column, if you want to replace with the mean, this is the code in a column with mean. Similarly, if you want to replace all the values in a column with the median, then what we have to use here? Median. First it will calculate the median value and that value will be filled. And if you want to replace all the missing values in a column with the mode, then here we are going to use the mode. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? If you want to replace all the values in a column with the mean miss, what is the code you have to use? In the Python, df of column dot fill NA, this one. If you want to replace everything with the median miss, you are going to use the median. And if you want to replace with the mode miss, you are going to use with the mode, fill with the mode. No, sir, I don't want to fill with the mean or median or mode. I want to fill with my own value miss, fill with your value. What is the difference between this one versus this one means this is all going to be filled with a value. Here, instead of filling with a value, you are going to fill with a statistical value. Instead of filling with some value, if you want to fill with some normal value miss, you have to go with this. If you want to replace with statistical miss, you have to go with this. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? right? So statistically, single value, multiple values, individual values like this. Based on the scenario, we have to write the code. According to your requirement, we have to write the code. Okay. Here, all the values will be replaced. When you are using fill NA, all the values, not a particular value. Particular value means 100% you have to use the log or ilog. And then you have to fill. Otherwise, all values means fill NA. Point is clear? Now, in which case we have to use the mean? Mean means for continuous variable, with no outliers, with no outliers. When there is no outliers, in that case, we have to go with the mean. For continuous variable with outliers, we have to go with the median. Because mean will be impacted with the outliers. Median will be impacted with the outliers means when you are having with the outliers, you can replace with the median because median is less impacted. Already we have discussed in the statistics. Now, when we have to apply for the discrete variable means for discrete variables, we have to go with the mode. For discrete variables, go with the mode. For continuous variables, this one. For discrete variables, mode. Statistical replacement will be done like this. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? All the options I'm trying to explain because we are having the multiple projects now. In one project, one will be used. I'm not explaining only one type of scenario. In this case, write the code like this means that will be applicable only for that particular project. Once you apply for, if I'm explaining like this, now according to the project and based on the scenario, accordingly you are going to select. All the possibilities I'm showing you. In one project, one will be used. In another project, another thing will be used. I also don't know now. So first we have to take one business problem, then only we can solve. Sir, take one example and explain, sir. Miss, after this showing the what are the options are available, later I am going to take one real-time data and I will show you. So after this data cleaning was completed, we are going to work on the data visualization, plots. Once that is also completed with general examples, now I'll take one data set and I'll apply all the steps starting to ending and it is called as project. Then automatically you'll get a complete clarity. Okay. Sir, while taking this general examples also you can take one project means then if I take for one project, one example only I can show now. All the examples I can't apply on that project now. If I choose now itself any one of the project for data cleaning purpose, in that I can apply any one of them. How I can apply all of them? Is the point is clear? That is the reason I have not chosen any data set here. Now, after explaining all the possibilities, now if I take one data set, I will only ask you, tell me guys in this case, which one I have to select. Then you have to open the notes and you only tell that, read all the options and you only have to tell me which option has to be selected in that case. And why we have to select. You have to apply your logical thinking there. Common sense you have to add along with the business problem, right? Now, how to fill with the mean miss? I'm going to fill the mean value like this. How to fill with the median miss? I'm going to fill the median value. And similarly, how to fill with the mode miss? I'm going to fill with the mode like this. So wherever the missing values are there, the missing values are replaced with the mode. So if the mode, for example, you are having 1, 1, 2, 2. For this mode, what is the mode? Both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2, right? Similarly, male, male, female, female. You are having like this. Then what is the mode miss? Male and female. Both of them will be considered as mode. Then which one will be replaced miss? It will go with the, when you are having the multiple modes, it will take automatically the first mode. first mode is alphabetical order, which will come first female. So that is the reason in this case, when I'm asking to replace with the mode, again you can see clearly after the mode I have added here index 0. Why? Because now tell me guys, in this example, what are the data set I have chosen? What is the mode of gender? How many males are there? How many females are there? Now in this case, what is the mode? Both female and male. Now when I replace with the mode like this, it is going to replace with the, see here which one it is getting replaced means, can you see here? First one is replaced with the male, but second one was not replaced. So clearly if I'm adding here the index number 0 means in the mode, first mode, it will select automatically and it will be filled with the female. Point is clear? So whenever you are using the mode, add the index number 0. Why we have to add the index number 0 means because multiple modes are possible. But mean and median multiple means will not be possible for the data. One mean only will be there, one median only will be there. But modes will be multiple. Point is clear, guys? Next comes to the outliers. Last part is how to treat the outliers. Okay. So how to treat the outliers again. This is still more important. In the outliers, multiple questions will be there, guys. Question number 1. What is outlier? Now, what is outlier? Question number 1. What is outlier? What is outlier? What is outlier? Outlier means which is distant from other records. Distant from other records means which is different from other data is called as outlier simply, or which is far away from other data points. Which is far away from other data points, which is different from other data points, they are called as outliers. This is question number 1. Question number 2. How to calculate outliers? Which one is considered as outlier? How to calculate means a value which is greater than Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR, which is less than Q1 into 1.5 into IQR, which are the values greater than Q3 plus 1.5 into IQR is called as outlier. This is how to calculate. Third question. How to check outliers are available or not? How to check outliers are available or not in your data set? How to check means using the box plot. That is question. How to check outliers means answer is box plot. Next one is question number 4. How to extract outliers? How to extract the outliers data? That is the question number 4. How to extract means by writing the condition. We are going to write the condition wherever it is less than the lower limit, wherever it is greater than upper limit, we are going to separate the records by writing the logical operator or. Either this or that one, and we are going to extract. Already you know all these things, right? Did I explain first time? No, right? Now, question number 5. This one you are going to learn first time. How to treat outliers. This you are going to understand now. How to treat outliers. Is the point is clear? These are all different questions. How to treat outliers is different. How to extract or how to check or how to calculate is different. Right? Now, in the interview, I will ask how to treat outliers means some students will say, sir, we'll check the outliers are available or not by using the box plot. Array, I asked question number 5. You are giving the question number 3 answer. And the student will feel that he has given the correct answer from his point of view. But for the given question, that is not the answer, right? Now, so here we are going to have this data. So this is the data. For this data, first how to calculate the outliers. How to identify whether outliers are available or not means, see here, I'm going to calculate all the values. What are the values I'm going to calculate means? So question number 1, question number 2, how to calculate the outliers. First, I'll show you the question number 2. Already you know what is question 1, that is outliers. What is outliers you already know. Just I'm adding the question number 2 here. What is question 2? How to calculate outliers. So here question is calculation of how to calculate outliers. Okay. How to calculate outliers means the answer is first we have to calculate the Q1, Q2, Q3 and everything. After calculating that, we have to calculate the lower limit and upper limit. Okay. First we are going to calculate the Q1 and later we are going to calculate the Q3. From that we are going to calculate the IQR, that is Q3 minus Q1. And from that we are going to calculate the lower limit and along with the upper limit. For this data set, lower Q1 is 25, Q3 is 36, IQR is nothing but Q3 minus Q1 and lower limit is 8.5 and upper limit is 52.5. So any value greater than less than 8.5 is considered as IQR. Any value greater than 52.5 is considered as IQR. Right? After that, what is the next question? How to extract out, how to check outliers. For checking the outliers, how to check, how to find outliers are available or not means here I'm going to use the box plot. To check outliers are available or not. So here I'm writing the question to check outliers. To check outliers, what is the answer is box plot. So here I'm going to use the box plot. For box plot, I'm writing the C-burn and whatever we have discussed in the statistics, the same code I'm writing. I'm not writing any new code for you because I have not explained the matplotlib or anything now. Only this part I have explained. So I'm writing only this part. And now from this box plot, we have identified whether outliers are available. Yes, outliers are available. Next question is how to extract. How to extract means what is the code for extracting outliers? To extract outliers. To extract outliers. What is the code we are writing means? The code is in terms of any value less than lower limit, any value greater than upper limit. So which records? How many records are there means? One record with 59. Sir, here small data you have considered. So you got 59. So for example, I have received 10,000 records. In that 100 records are outliers are there. How to count number of records means just a dot shape. Dot shape will give you the number of rows comma number of columns. So here you can see the number of rows 1. Still if you want only rows means you can take the index number 0. So the number of rows, how many number of outliers are there means what is the answer means this one. Okay, this is how to extract the outliers. Let's add one more question. How to count the number of outliers. Count the number of outliers. How to count the number of outliers means how you are going to count? By using like this. For this whatever you have extracted dot shape and in the index number 0. It will give the number of outliers, or simply you can apply the length function also. Length also will give the number of records simply. Is the point is clear? How to check the number of outliers means this one. count the number of outliers. Now finally, how to treat outliers. How to treat the outliers means how to treat outliers. How to treat the outliers. How to treat the outliers means we are having the 3R technique, which is called as either replace. 3Rs are there. What are the 3Rs means? First R stands for remove the outliers. Second one is called as a replace. Third one is called as a retrain. This is called as 3R technique. For missing values, 2R. Either remove or replace. For this one, 3R. One more also available called as retrain. What is meant by retrain means keep as it is. Keep as it is and analyze. Keep and analyze. Sir, you only told us, sir, by keeping the outliers, it will be impacted the mean and statistical measures. And again, you are only saying to keep means what means? See, during the Flipkart sales, daily sales will be there. Everyday sales data will be there. But during the big billion day sales, big billion day time, the sales will be high. Now, automatically during the big billion day sales, when compared to other day sales, that will be considered as outlier. Now, when it is considered as outlier, then what happens? Are we going to remove them? No, we are not going to include this one. These sales are not included and we are going to calculate. Or are we going to replace them? Outliers. For example, sales are normal general day sales is every day 1 crore. During the big billion day sale, it is 15 crores per day. Normal time is 1 crore. During the big billion day, 15 crores, which is an outlier. What we are going to do in this case, are we going to replace the 15 crores with 1 crore? No, it is really happen na. It is a wrong data means we'll replace. Instead of entering 1 crore, it was entered 15 crores means we'll replace that one. But it was really happened 15 crores. Now in this case, what we are going to do? Are we going to remove that one? It is not considered as sales and these dates should not be included, and are we going to remove this? No. In that case, we have to also include the 15 crores also, and we have to show automatically when we show that the particular month sales will be very high. But when you are showing that particular month very high, you have to clearly explain to the client that this month we have conducted the special offer, which is big billion day sales. That is the reason this month sales are very high. You have to highlight that one. When you are including the retrain of outliers, you have to highlight what is the reason when you are doing the presentation. Is the point is clear? Otherwise, what happens means it will be different. The high values will be there. Hey, suddenly in the October month, very high sales are there in the Flipkart. Why miss? You added the big billion day sales. That is the reason high sales are there. If you don't add the big billion day sales, general season only it is also. Is the points are clear? Now, first one is called as remove. Okay. How to remove the missing, this one means here we are going to remove the like this. Now, I want the index numbers of outliers. What are the index numbers? Means all the index numbers of outliers. To extract, how to extract the index numbers? To extract the index numbers. To extract the index numbers of outliers. How to extract the index numbers of outliers? Means we are going to extract by like this. To extract the index numbers, first what are the outlier data set is there? For that, dot index. Dot index will give the index dot to list. It will convert to list also. So here you are going to get the list of index numbers of outliers. List of index numbers of outliers. and that index number you provide here. Copy here, whatever you got here, copy and paste and simply remove them. 100 is there also, you can write that, simply copy and paste only. Sir, instead of copy paste, is there any other option, miss? Now outlier data, whatever you are having, this one you store in a new data frame called as df1. Now in that df1, what is there? Outliers data set is there. Now, so you are storing like this df1, and here for the df1 I am going to apply now df1. Now instead of copying, even you no need to copy, directly you bring this one only here. Code only you write here. Automatically it will only calculate, automatically it will only delete. First right side part has to be executed now. When you are having equal to symbol, which part will be executed? Right side or left side? Means right side. First right side will be executed. Inner bracket first, that too in the inner bracket, right side first. Is the point is clear? No sir, then this one only first I will write like this, and here what are the numbers are there, that index numbers only I will fill. This one I will copy, means copy this one. Either copy this one or copy this one, whichever you are interested, copy. Either answer copy or question also you copy there only and you paste. It will only calculate first that one and later it will only delete. Right? So like this, we are going to delete the index numbers. So whichever the outliers are there, we are going to remove the outliers like this. This is the way to remove the outliers. Is that point is clear? Next, replace. How we are going to replace with the outliers? So when you are trying to replace the outliers, first option, how to treat the answer, miss? Here, first one is called as remove. How we are going to remove, miss? df dot drop, and rows we have to remove. Which of the outliers rows are there, that we have to remove here by writing the list of row numbers. Right? That is first option. Second option is what? Replace. When you are replacing, always which is the best option? Replace with the original data. If that is not available, only second option is replace statistically. I always go with the option one. Whenever the replace comes in your mind, whenever it comes, wherever it comes, remember, first option is best option is replace with original data. If it is wrong data, if it is wrong data, if it is wrong data like data entry mistake, if it is any wrong data, then replace with original value. In that case, replace with original data. If it is not wrong data, it is real data only, option 2. If it is real data, really happened, real data means really happened means, in that case we have to retrain. We have to don't touch that one. We have to include and we have to analyze. In that case, retrain, include that and analyze. Don't do any modification. If it is real data means we should not never touch the real data. Real data also, if you modify as per your choice means, then answer will be biased. Real data, really you have to analyze. So for example, like example I will tell you, very recent example, just 1 or 2 days back. So Trump is there. Trump, he has imposed the tariffs towards the entire world, means he has added the import duties more. Okay. For example, from India, we are sending for Judio. Judio, everyone knows, right? Judio showrooms by Tata. So Tata will export multiple shirts and everything, t-shirts or dress, every dress it will import to US. Judio will do the import more. Sorry, I mean export. From India it is export. For US it is called as import. So India is going to export the dresses more. Now what Trump has done is he has added the more tax for that. When it was added more tax, now the shirt cost will increase or decrease? It will increase. Now when it was increased, Indian material cost was increased. Now the US citizens, then going with this company, they'll choose the another company. Now when we go to the dress showroom, like like in India, if you go to the Judio and you, sorry, not Judio, if you have went to the Stopper shop or something, where you are having the different company materials like Levi's, something you are having, different company shirts are there. Which one you are going to choose? Based on the brand value along with the price also you'll observe now. If you feel this price is slightly overpriced, what you are going to do? This company you will not select and you will go with the another company. Same logic. Okay. Now what happened in this case? In the tariff, when the Trump has announced the tariff, that is import charges he has increased, automatically the share value of the Judio has dropped because their sales will drop now. The prices are increased in US means multiple people will not purchase with the new price. When purchase was not done, automatically sales will drop. In the US, sales are dropped means automatically it will impact on the profit also. So the profit of the company will be dropped. So automatically what happened means share value was dropped. Suddenly the share value was dropped completely. Now, whether this scenario, what are the scenario is there? This scenario will happen very rarely once. Now, are you going to include this scenario for your analysis or you're not going to include, miss? Tell me what we have to do according to you. We have to include now. If you don't include these type of scenarios, otherwise what happens means future also you'll get this type of scenarios and you'll get the losses. So all types of big decisions also has to be included for our analysis purpose. But at the same time, we have to see what is the reason also. Suddenly the Judio company share price is in the few months back, it is 7,000 rupees. Now the share price is 4,500. It was dropped suddenly. Why it was dropped means some reason. So without seeing that reason, if you analyze means it will be considered as outlier for us. With reason, if you analyze means then we'll understand the scenario and according to the scenario we are going to act. Now same thing was happening in my case only. Just the what are the example I'm saying now. This case was happened 2 days back. Not even 2 days, yesterday only. To be more precise, yesterday only. So yesterday, day before yesterday, Trump has announced this one and Judio stock price was fallen within 2 days 20% more. What I have done is I have invested. Around almost 5 to 6 lakhs I have invested in the company, in the Judio company. Why miss? I have considered that one as outlier and there is one reason. For that particular reason, maximum how much impact? I have done some calculation. From my perspective, I have done some calculation and this outlier I have taken as an advantage and I have retrained and I have analyzed and I have invested in my case. One of my friend has told that during this time we should not do anything. These scenarios we have to ignore and something. What he has done is removed. What I have done is retrain. Which is the correct option means future has to decide for this one. In the future, if I make profit means my analysis is correct. If the future says that he has done correct means then. So now in this case, future will decide. But for the existing previous projects, but he is not a data analyst. I am a data analyst basically. I have seen past data. In the past, how many times US has imported the tariff? I am having the data with me. On which date they have increased in the same situation was happened how many years back? At that time, how the Judio has reacted. Initially, how much it has fallen, later how much it has recovered. All this entire data is there with me. And I have analyzed the data and based on that, I have done the investment. Simple. Without data, how we can analyze? So with the data, in this case, what I have done is retrain. Now, this practical example, why am I explaining for you means that is also an outlier for me basically. What was happened 2 days back is an outlier. Very rarely it will happen. 10 years back it was happened and again it was happened now. For 10 years data, now if you consider last 2 years or 3 years data, yesterday's data is considered as outlier, basically. But what I have done in my case is retrain. Right? Is the point is clear, everyone? So how we are going to analyze, how we are going to work means, in this way, we have to understand the scenarios. Again, a good amount of research only will give the good amount of result. Without my friend, he doesn't know what is meant by tariffs. If in tariffs increases, how the impact will be there. He doesn't know anything. I also don't know anything. Do you think that I know how the profits will be calculated, revenues and fundamentals? Miss, I also don't know anything. I know only one. Earlier, this type of scenario has happened earlier, which year? In which year US has increased the same way import charges? At that time, how the market has reacted. Reacted means in terms of how the market values has fallen down. Indian shares has fallen down and how they are increased. Just I'm having the past data. I observed that one. Based on that, I predicted the future. Point is clear? To be more precise, I also don't know. If you ask me, sir, this company is a good company or bad company, means I can't say. Never I can say about that. I also don't know. If I'm not that much of good at the stock market or anything. Only one I know is some statistics, some logic I want. Some logic or something. And that too past what happened in the similar way. You applied some logic. Now you are going to say, sir, this company, I'm having something like this. Some logic you are going to say to me. Assume. Same logic have you applied earlier. You are applying now and you are predicting something. Okay. The same logic you apply 5 years back. Sir, how I can apply 5 years back, sir? Data is there, na? 5 years data is there with you, right? Just apply the same logic then. Your logic has worked earlier 5 years back. Have your logic was, if earlier your logic was worked means future also will work. Earlier has not worked means future also it will not work. Sir, logic only not there, sir. Just simply have purchase means then it is called as luck. You are playing the lucky game. It may favor, it may not favor. Logic is there means tell me that logic, and in that logic what happened in the past you tell me. Point is clear? This is called as analysis. Point understood? So in the real data, which was really happened, you have to include and you have to always work. Never you have to remove the real data. Some abnormal data, data entry mistakes or something will be there. Those has to be replaced. Or we have to go with the statistical replacement. Either we are going to replace with the original data, either we are going to replace statistically. Sir, how we are going to replace statistically? Are you going to replace with the mean or median? Miss? No. How we see, this is the box plot. Okay, this is minimum value, Q1 value, Q2 value, Q3 value, and maximum value. And outlier is here. How you can replace the outlier directly with the center value? This outlier has to be replaced with this value. Because this value is close to this one or this one. Which one it is close? Directly can you bring into the center position? So if this side any outlier is available, to which one you have to replace? To this value. That is lower limit. This side values has to be replaced with the upper limit. What are the maximum upper limit is possible? Than that it is called as outlier. So Q3 plus 1.5 IQR means you got 52.5. Upper limit is 52.5. Any value crosses more than 52.5 only is called as outlier. Till 52.5, it is not called as outlier. Including 52.5 also, it is not called as outlier. So now 59, should I replace with the center value of 25 or should I replace with 52.5? Which is more close to this? Is the point is clear? So right side values we have to replace with the upper limit. Left side values we have to replace with the lower limit. Like this we are going to replacing statistically with upper and lower limits only called as Winsorization technique. Replacing outliers with upper and lower limits are called as Winsorization technique. Replacing upper and lower limits with values statistically. I mean outliers you are replacing with the upper and lower limits, and here now see 59 was replaced with the 52.5. Any value more than 52.5, how many values are there? Every value will be replaced with 52.5. If any value less than 8.5 is there, which is less than the lower limit, already I calculated here lower limit, right? Any value less than 8.5 is there. How many values are there? Every value will be replaced with the 8.5. Is the point is clear? This is called as replacing the outliers statistically. You are going to replace here. What are the dot is there? Now the dot is not available. Clear? Total three options. One is remove, replace. Replace also original replace is there. Statistical replacement is there. But while replacing outliers statistically, what we have to replace? With upper and lower limits. Missing values with what we have to replace? Mean, median, mode. That replacement different statistical values. This replacement is different statistical values. This point to be noted. That's it. Data cleaning is completed. If you are having any questions from the data cleaning, you can ask. What are the questions you are having? Guys, you can ask. What are the questions you are having? Please ask. What are the questions? If no questions, just I'm going to share you the task on the data cleaning, and just do the data cleaning based on the given question. In the question, if they ask you to replace with mean, miss, just fill with the mean. So just write the codes for the given questions. Okay. And by taking one business problem and one data set, we'll work on the one project. You have to go into the project means first we have to see all the scenarios. And tomorrow we'll start with the data visualization. In 1 or 2 classes, all the data visualization, every plot will be completed. Then we'll complete one project. With that, Python will be closed. Okay. Once Python is closed, means remaining things will come. Replacing outliers with upper and lower is called as winsorization. This one, winsorization. Right, guys. That's it. End of the session and you can leave. If no questions, you can leave. If you are having the questions, please ask. What are the questions you are having? Yeah, task solutions will be added today. I'll add the task solutions. Sorry. Yeah, task and task solutions both will be added. So first I'm going to add the task now first, and solutions of inference statistics will be added by end of the day. Yeah, if no questions, you can leave. Just wait for another 1 minute. Just I'm going to add the task now itself. Hold for another 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, others you can leave. If no questions, you can leave, guys. Yeah, 1 minute. Just let me add the task so that. Okay, sure. I'll add. Okay, I will add the solutions now. Once you go through the solutions, still if you are having the doubts means we'll discuss. Done. Yes. As per the missing, we have to treat. Accordingly, missing, we have to fill. Okay. 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 It will be now missing. Now, how you treat the missing value? Same way you have to treat the wrong data also. Literally, both are same. Yeah. Yeah, data cleaning task was added. Ashwini, when the hackathon, sir? Sure. Once we complete this data visualization and everything, we'll conduct the hackathon. Okay. So hackathon to be completed means we have to complete this one also, na? Right? Done.